There's a top 5 school, and you know I don't even give a shit about college. The fact that they just are defacing that property like that is highly, it's just disrespectful. Obviously, there's a lot of terrible things happening. You got to let people go to class, whether they're or. But we're not in Israel, or we're in America, okay? And a guy going to his job at a bodega shouldn't have to put up with this. But I guess your point is we make a stink so everyone stops life to address it. How do we address this issue? Like, who's right? Because you see arguments on one side for one way, and then you see arguments on the other side for another way. Both sides have good people. Am I allowed to say that? All are not terrorists, and all are not colonizers. Okay? And there's no nuance. It's just I don't even know. But like, I'm going to have to eventually talk about it because it's just now on the subway system. Eventually it's going to be on a movie set. Eventually it's going to be in a comedy club. People are just going to talk about it all the time. So it's like, educate me and tell me. Because there's a lot of details with this. And a lot of people are saying a lot of things. To the point that I might even cut this segment because I don't even know.
But a lot of big people went to that island. But fortunately, I was not one of them.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way. Probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. Now, Kennedy's interesting because it's so many years ago. You know, they do that for danger, too, because, you know, endangers certain people, et cetera, et cetera. So Kennedy...
They should be endangered. If you killed the president, you should be endangered. That's just harboring criminals.
Very different from the Epstein thing. But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem.
Okay, so look, let's just break that down. Trump is saying that if he wins, that he will release the Epstein files. Now, A, he's saying he's not on them. B, you could say, okay, he's lying to people that don't like the guy. C, you can say he's just saying that he won't do it. That seems more effective than joy. I'm going to win with joy. He also wants to open up the Kennedy assassination. Don't you think these are two things that should be addressed? Don't you think we need to know? Do you hear anyone on the left saying they want to open the Epstein files? I mean, here's another thing. People have such disdain for Robert F. Kennedy. You're really, if you feel that way. Let me explain it to you. Here's just one of the things. 2 things he did. Let's just say, here's the simplest one. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he wants to put all of the government spending or something like that on the blockchain. So you understand if government buys screw from a contractor, it screws, fucking 8 cents, but it's $82 because contractors jack it up because it's unlimited money. It's the government. It's called a government contract. And anything you do, if it's a government contract, it pays the best because, they have an unlimited war chest. So he was saying, let's put all of that on the blockchain so every American can study it and then say, why was this roll of toilet paper $383? What the fuck? Whose ass is gold? Just that alone. How can anyone argue with that? How is that a loony person? How is that a crazy person? How is that a bad person? Can someone in the comments answer that? How can you say that is bad? Like, what? I want more transparency in government for spending. It's for tax dollars to go to actual infrastructure things. Forget education and all the bullshit phrases that they say. How about just roads, man? I'm tired of driving on shitty roads. Okay? Just start there. And how about some just simple cleanup crews to take parts of the city that are up and just make them look a little nicer? Just start there. I'm talking about with a mop and a brush, anti-graffiti. I'm not talking about the artful graffiti. I'm talking about the stuff that just makes stuff look not good. Simple little things. Blacktop a couple things, clean up the park a little bit. Just little things before we get to the bigger stuff. How can it... Am I on another planet? Like, how is a person that says something so transparent, so forward-thinking, so great, also comes from a legacy media family, legacy political family, excuse me, who is not endorsed by any of them. How is that lost all his family because he's running? The other one is the man, which, I'd be careful when I talk about it, which already shows you what this is. Basically saying that, I don't know all the specifics, but when it's mandated for children, the legal ramifications go out the window. So basically why you want to mandate for children is because then you really cannot hold Big Pharma culpable, because you said, oh, the government mandated it. It was for babies to adults. You're going to sue us because the government said we had to give it to kids. It wasn't like a 18 and up where it's like maybe you can take it, maybe you don't know. This is mandated by the government. And if 80% of the people have side effects, they go, well, the government made me do it. He's the guy who's been shouting that from the rooftops from day one, saying that's why they want to mandate it for kids. Kids don't need it. He has all these studies saying kids are beyond, like, immune systems are much more healthier. I mean, knock on wood, I've had this thing 2, maybe 3 times. In a weird way, I wish I got it really early so I would have knew more. I didn't want to because we were all scared. I was a puss. I'll first admit it. I was a bitch. And I'm 53. I'm 54, but I was when I was 52, and then 53, and then 54. I mean, like, you don't think a 5-year-old has a stronger immune system than me? I literally am starting to think these people are actually just, they are complete government agents that do this shit. Government agents. I'm actually calmer today. I don't know why. It's because I feel like I've been getting it out lately. Oh, jeez. I only have X amount of time.
Because mosquito bites? That's what the news is saying. Alright guys, 2024 has leveled up on us again. There are rampant mosquitoes. Yes, mosquitoes.
Yeah, add this to the other thing with the president and all the other things I was saying. There's a mosquito virus with no...
All over the U.S. that have West Nile virus.
Yeah, West Nile.
2 people just passed away in New York because mosquitoes. Almost 300 cases to be exact.
Now the town in Boston, they're saying mosquitoes are at night. So they want people in by 6 o'clock. I got bit by a mosquito the other night. You know when you're in bed and it's like, and you're like, how the f*** did I get in here?
All over the country. We will also go over who's most at risk for a mosquito attack. Yeah, it depends on your blood type. They love me, and I'll explain why in a minute. Don't worry, I'm not just going to scare you. I'm going to show you how to keep mosquitoes away in 1 minute.
As teams in New York City and along the Northeast unleash an attack on mosquitoes from the air and streets, health officials in Wisconsin confirming 2 people have now died in that state from West Nile virus. This morning, nearly 290 cases reported across more than 30
Fauci had it.
states. The mosquito-transmitted illness accounting for 100 to 200 deaths each year. In Missouri, 18-year-old John Proctor VI, now on a ventilator, contracting the disease early this month. His parents say symptoms started with headaches.
You know, I do remember another headline about mosquitoes a while back, but I won't tell you what that was. So now, bug sprays are literally terrible for you. Stop buying them. If you're like me and your blood type is O negative, we get all that. So if you're that person that you know that's always getting this.
What do you want me to say? Like, this is a movie. Boston right now, you can look it up. Outside of Massachusetts, there's a curfew till October at 7 o'clock because of this mosquito virus. Now, I don't know if they're going to come west, keep them in Boston. I got to go in that area in 2 weeks. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it. Anyone from that area in the comments, let me know what's going on over there. But yet, years ago, Bill Gates was